What's going on, guys? It is Ryan here, and today we're talking about, in my opinion, the best drop spots this season. We're gonna start it off with back here at the 7 outpost. I think this spot's really good because there's a vault here, there's 2 guards, so you can't open it by yourself. There's this island back here, which actually has a boat spawn there and a boat spawn there. Normally you can get off 1 or 2 kills here too, and I believe, unless they were removed in the update, down here, yeah, there is some web shooters. There's one over there, and there's one right there. But I'm just gonna drop here and try to see if I can show you guys just a little bit of heaven business. Of course, a lot of the loot is in the chest downstairs, which is unfortunate, but downstairs in the vault, but you can open that vault on your own, like I said, so that kind of balances it. See, we just knocked the 7th sentry, and instead of killing the other one, what we're going to do is carry. Just jump down here. Double scan. And then this one's coming down, we just go right to you. Yep, she's normally through this floor. Randomized. Okay. And now in here we have loot that you can use in the late game. I've gotten to the late game with the SMG, like with the SMG I've gotten in here, and other tools I've gotten in here. Normally, if you're 100 HP, I would recommend just taking 1 mini and a big pot and then breaking the slurp barrels, but in this case I have to use shield potions and then just get myself back up to 100. So again, you can easily get 100 here. And then, I know there was a guy back there, but he took a zipline. Let me check if I can still get a mythic here before doing a rotation. And if I were rotating in this zone, I'd go down here up to the gas station to get a little bit more loot, and then in. Of course, that's personal preference. Okay, he got that one, which I kind of expected, but I know he couldn't have gotten both of them, and I'm assuming both spawned. There is like a 5% chance that one doesn't spawn. I'm pretty sure the one here is a guarantee. But, oh wow, this is the first game I've gone here and haven't found a mythic here. That's actually interesting. Well, okay. That means that guy got it and I didn't. That's kind of to be expected, but there is another place I can get a mythic here, or I can just fight him for his, because he doesn't have vault loot. We're just gonna get up here and see if I can find him. No, I can't see him, but there is also loot right here in this house. You can get some guns. There's 2 chest spawns, an ammo box spawn, and then some food box spawns. And the food boxes, I think, are another thing that makes this place pretty broken because of the peppers. Okay, drop spot number 2 is, of course, the bow. I'm just dropping there now. It is super broken because it has 2 IO or 7 chests. It has a normal chest, it has quite a few loot spawns, and it has the supply drop up top. But with that, there's also the high chance of getting harpoon here, which is perfect because in the ocean you get quite a few fishing spawns. You get a few fishing spots like this, here, And you could rotate over here if that would help. Normally you'll get about, you'll get 1 or 2 people going here. Unless you're in a duo, you'll normally get 1 other duo dropping there. This was a super late drop, but I'll still try to make it as best as I can. This is an unfortunate situation where you're against someone and they're making it for you. And normally in this situation I actually won't contest it. But that is drop spot number 2. See him getting the supply drop right up there. Is he AFK after getting that supply drop? That's weird. Now, if I were him, I would have looted a bit more before I went AFK for a minute. Because as you can see now, this is a great time for me to rush up here. But he has a gun and I don't. Okay, he got a purple pump from that supply drop, so that was a good play for him. But we're just going to move on to the next drop spot. And the last spot I have to show you today actually is very dependent on the loot pattern and how you rotate around it, but it is the grandma house right outside Logjam. So what you're going to do is you're going to loot up here, but then instead of pushing into Logjam to get some kills like you normally would, you're going to rotate around to here to get a guaranteed llama, and to see Lieutenant John Llama, who sells the boom snipers, and that is another thing that makes this spot so good, is you can get the boom snipers just by playing the game and then pushing over there. Of course we go in here, rush a gun, because there's a guy over here. As we know, the pumps aren't very good, but they're still semi-usable if the person has even a bit of skill. But what you can do is just move differently when you have them. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty easy. But what you're going to do here, especially, is you're going to try to find an SMG. Now, SMGs are the meta right now in general, but especially for our strat here, you're going to need one. There's another chest that can spawn up there. The MK works too. And I'm just going to loot around, pop some minis. Another guy coming here is always good, because that means another kill that I can get. It's hard to shoot people in the water when you can't see them. But that is a 3rd kill, and I'm not going to rotate into where the fight is. There is also a spot where you can get the mythics around here. There's quite a few, actually. There's one back over on this bridge. You can also get them over here, like over around here. You can also get them up here. So there's quite a few spawns, and you know, this is pretty good. You could also get a kill on someone who has one, but that's a little more difficult sometimes. Of course, we're just trying to hit as many headshots as we can. I've heard people say that you can't open the llamas normally, and you can't pickaxe them, which I guess is true to an extent. You can pickaxe them still if you're close enough, and you can stay close enough, but it's not simple. And this is what I like doing. I like keeping them alive as long as possible, just so I can get a bit extra loot. You see, I still got all the mats I would normally get. And I'm just trying to drag those out of the water so I can pop a big pot. You see, this was a great thing I could have done just for loot purposes. Because now, see, I have some good guns. I have a manageable amount of ammo and mats. And the only thing I really need here is an SMG. But like I said, there is also a mythic spawn over here. Just down in here. There is a mythic spawn. You can tell if there's a mythic spawn somewhere just because if there is any webs, that means there has to be a mythic spawn there. This is pretty broken for tournaments if you play any of those. It's unfortunate because you'll get quite a few people trying to rotate to, well, you know, in tournaments, everyone pushes to mythic spawns automatically. Well, why wouldn't they? They're pretty broken. Especially for the late game when you have to get anything out of Storm. Them and the harpoons are pretty good, so they replaced the harpoons in that way. But if I have the choice here, I actually would normally just switch out my pump, because pump, like I said before, not very good. The pump itself is very good. I know there's some people who are skilled with it and can do good with it, but normally if you see someone carrying a pump instead of an auto or just SMG, they're not the best. Or those are their only guns and they don't have an AR, and then they're just playing for a late game, which I kind of understand, but even then I take 2 SMGs. Just because, in my opinion, that works better. You can see, I have basically max mats, brick and wood. Battle's really weird this season, so I'm not even going to say that it's that important. I already have max SMG ammo, and if you just look over at my mats, I have all that loot that is very good. Like I said before, this spot is good for playing anything ranked, just because, again, you can get Spider Mythic, you get guaranteed Chili Chug splashes. You know, I normally come out of rotating here with a launch pad too, and almost max mats. Or at least I have one mat, and normally that mat is brick, but I have had wood maxed when I came out of rotating. You can also just pick up these slip barrels. You can farm up metal here. Again, metal's weird this season. I don't know if they're gonna fix it and add more stuff that's metal, but metal is odd to try to farm. And then here, you see there's a bunch of spawns for loot everywhere. So it's not really, you know, dependent on one spot having loot. You just want to drop in the general area and try to see if you can get any of the loot here that is around. You know, there's going to be some loot up here, not on that block, but there's loot here. There is another Christmas tree here, as you can see, like the one at your grandma's house. I personally am gonna come over here and get some slurps again. Probably rotate a bit out, but also I want to hit the thing here before I leave. Because, okay, there's also the vending machine spawn here, but, you know, looting at any location like this is odd because you need to have a lot of different rotations, and like I said, you can rotate through Shifty or just over to this bridge if you want to grab a mythic. And you're normally close to circle too, so that's not bad. I guess. If someone was in here, I'm just gonna rest to heal up because I don't want to waste any splashes right now. And right now, I'm just gonna throw in one splash because at least I'm not wasting an extra one. And I get all of the heals I need. I'm back up to 100, and I have chili speed, so that is going to be the end of the video. If you guys have enjoyed it, please like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.